He never expected that just yelling and shouting on the train would lead to the guards cutting his clothes. Then they hung a timer around his neck. Finally, they clamped a steel ring on his arm, opened a small window on the train, and shoved his arm straight out. At first, he let out a piercing scream. Before long, though, he suddenly fell silent. His arm was instantly frozen solid. The guard's iron hammer was already in position. The moment the countdown ended, his arm was pulled back into the car. The guard immediately raised the massive iron hammer, yet facing everything happening before their eyes. The poor people in the car could only watch, because at this point, Earth had entered an ice age. 99% of the people in the world had already frozen to death. The remaining 1% of survivors were living on this train that had been running for 17 years. Unfortunately, on this train, there was a class system. The rich lived in the first-class cabins at the front of the train, living it up every day. But we could only live in the terrible conditions at the tail end of the train, eating nothing but a kind of black cake every day. Not only that, the rich would occasionally snatch children from the poor people's cars. But where there's oppression, there's resistance. This day, we poor people finally couldn't take it anymore. When the guards opened the car door to hand out those disgusting cakes, I led everyone in a life-or-death attempt. After years of observation, I discovered that the guards' guns seemed to have no bullets. To test my theory, I pushed through the crowd and pointed the guard's gun at myself.
They've got no bullets!
After getting the confirmation I needed, the poor people lifted up an iron pipe we'd prepared in advance and quickly rushed toward the car door to block it. But just then, a big man swung an iron hammer in his hand, keeping us from getting close. At that moment, one man stripped off his clothes, charged straight at the big guy, and stabbed a knife through his heart. Then everyone quickly made their way to the prison on the train and rescued a trapped father and daughter from inside. These two were crucial for reaching the first-class cars at the front of the train. The man was a lock-picking expert. His daughter also had a special skill. She could hear what was happening inside through the car doors. The man had already connected the power supply. The car doors slowly opened. Behind the door, a group of guards holding axes had been waiting for quite some time. Just as we were preparing for a big fight, the guards put on night vision goggles. Before we could even react, the train entered a pitch-black tunnel. In the darkness, we became lambs to the slaughter.